Hi, this is George in Dr. Wellman's CS110 class for spring 2019 quarter, and this is homework 1, chapter 2, problem 5. And for problem 5, we were given this compound interest formula, and we were asked to create a program that would prompt the user to input the number of years that the interest would be compounded for, and print out the final amount of money after that number of T years. So what I've done is we were given the initial principal amount, and that was 10,000, and I've assigned that to the variable P. We were given the value 12, and I've assigned that to the variable N, and we were given that the interest rate was 8%, and I've assigned that to the variable R, and in decimal format, 8% would be 0.08. So, and then the only variable left would be T, and that one's a little bit trickier because that's the number of years, and that is we want to prompt the user to let them input the number of years. So what I've done is I've created this variable prompt, and I've written this prompt for how many years will the interest be compounded. So that's what it's going to look like in the shell. That's what's going to pop up, and then the user will be able to input the number of years there. And the way that is done is with the input command, and then I've put in parentheses prompt, and so for prompt it's going to show up as for this statement that I've created here. The other thing that we had to do is put float outside of that input command, and that's because with the input command, even though the user might be inputting a number, it's going to be a type string. That's just how Python kind of does things. So by putting float outside of there, that lets Python know that it's going to be a number, and actually it could even be a number with a decimal. So that if they wanted to, they could even specify like 2.5 years by putting 2.5. Another way we could have done that is put int, but if we put int, then they wouldn't be able to use a decimal there. So that's our variable T. That was the trickiest part. And then after they input that T, then it's gonna Python I've used the print statement, and it's gonna print out the final amount I've input that given equation for the compound interest in that print statement. And I also put the dollar symbol outside just to specify that it's dollar, and I separated that with the comma there. That's also Python syntax thing with the print statement, that it would print two different things in that statement, and also using the quotes there, that's kind of lets it know that it's not like a something that Python is computing. It's just kind of what I'm telling it, like just the symbol. The other thing to watch out for in this equation is Python has this syntax of two asterisks to denote the exponent. So yeah, let's run it. Let's see what happens here. We run module. Comes up with this prompt for how many years will the interest be compounded. I'm just going to enter 2, and there it is. That's the final amount. And just to check my work, I am going to copy this equation over here for the compound interest, and I'm just gonna manually put in the given amounts just to make sure that we're getting the same number here. For n we had 12. Let's do 12. For t I put in 2, and it should come up as the same thing. I'm gonna run it. Yeah, and it does. It just minus the dollar symbol because that was in my print command up there, as you can see. All right, thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.